I love the ending to FF10 because there is a price to pay. When we reach the end of our pilgrimage to discover the truth behind the final Aeon, we are met with a lie. The resolve and yearning for salvation of Spira and its summoners is a lie that perpetuates a cycle of temporary peace. A band-aid to the never-ending death. I mean Spira, would seek to circle itself in false hopes and religious traditions before breaking free of their own misery and meaningless death. However, to tear down that cycle, they must relinquish the traditions they cling to so dearly. I love that the Aeons and the faith themselves must be sacrificed. Auron must be sacrificed, and Tidus must be let go. In the action of giving these things up together, they might find their own salvation, not one born of a final god or Aeon. It's a beautiful balance for Spirit as a whole, as well as a heartbreaking loss for our party and Yuna especially. Yuna's speech reflects us all, the hardships that Spira has endured and the volume of loss that was required to fly free. Yet we are also witness to the emptiness that Yuna feels, especially when we see her whistling into the vastness of the ocean. In my opinion, it grounds her later words, how she will not forget the people she has lost, and how she carries them with her, their feelings and lessons too. During her speech, I resonate with this the most when her intonation changes.
One more thing. The people and the friends that we have lost. No dreams have faded. Never forget them.
I just can't. I love the sudden subtle switch up, together with a montage to outwardly give the impression of the thoughts and feelings rushing through her head as she ponders on the memories. A moment out of time I relate to so heavily, thinking back on those I have lost and the journey I was grateful to spend with them, almost like it was a dream. Seeing all the moments of a long journey fills me both with joy and sadness, solidifying the bittersweetness to the ending. With the focused lens on Yuna, I also want to give her her flowers. Throughout the story, Yuna has strength, courage, and resilience as she understands the undertaking of her pilgrimage. It is through this journey that we see these first subtle elements of Yuna bloom more, as we witness her resolve to saving Spira. People die and Yuna dances. The responsibility of the sending is unbearable, as people look to her for salvation, with the shadowing weight of her father's legacy in her mind. For her, Tidus was one of the many lanterns that helped to light and guide her way forward, to help ease the burden and not have to put up the front of High Summoner Yuna, a space to just be Yuna. To build a connection with someone that allows you to feel like you can relax and breathe can only be found few and far between. So Yuna's characteristics really do shine at the end and showcase her growth. She does not want to send Auron. She does not want to send Jet. She does not want to send Tidus. Her selflessness puts Spira's desires and needs above her own, and that takes a lot of strength, courage, and resilience. Traits worthy of the title of High Summoner. FF10 is a pilgrimage, a story of breaking cycles by changing and growing. It's about being scared and afraid of the unknown, and still being willing to take a leap of faith into an undiscovered future. Only by questioning and challenging what we know and accepting and understanding who we are now, can we create a future we dream of. A future free of static cycles. It's this essence in the story that makes me love the ending, because it had a price. Spira's old life and ways was the cost to live in a new Spira, free of sin. A theme of change and death in more ways than one, because it was Spira itself that needed to die. Its old leaders that had overstayed their welcome, old traditions that just continued the cycle, and old methods that provided a fleeting salvation. It is a reminder that in order for change and growth, elements in our life now might be the cost to get to where we want to be, and having to face that reality can be the first and hardest step to discovering the unknown. Taking that step might just be the catalyst to create the space for the things you strive and aspire to become, and therefore you may achieve them.